now.
Okay,
Thanks for
thank you.
reminding. Okay, so in this SQL Server, we have many databases. So for example, these are the databases in my server. Those are the same databases that will be shown here. Okay, so if I connect to one of the databases, I selected AdventureWorks 2012. Let's open the same thing here. Oops, sorry, assistant. Okay, yeah, perfect. So under AdventureWorks 2012, I have some tables, I have some views, and also some stored procedures here. So these three things can be seen here. These are the tables. Views are also included, those that starts with the letter V. This is just a naming convention that I used while creating the database. Okay, while creating each view, I named it V. Okay, so that's the reason it's going to show as view here. And then I have some stored procedures. So just like how we used to connect to a table in Excel, we can do the same thing here. So I'll connect to this table. Simply drag and drop, or also we can double click it. So say I need to connect with this, I double click that and this came. By default, inner join happens. Left, right, and outer will be the other options that you can do in any SQL based server. Awesome. Now I haven't explained to you what is inner join, left, right, and full outer. Once you go through the question or go through the homework a little bit, we'll come back to that. Okay. But for now, you can see that here the tables are there, views are also present. These are all tables and views. Here are store procs. I can connect to store procs the same way as I did earlier. Also, I have something, this is very important, new custom SQL. Here I can write custom SQL to select whatever table I want. I can write the logic, all those things. For example, so right now I'm selecting all these columns, but basically I need information from my business entity ID and say job title. Okay, I need only these two columns, this one and this one. So there's no point for me to pull so much data. It's going to increase my extract size. So what I can do, first I'll convert this to custom SQL. So I have basically got an layout from which I can start to edit. So what are all the things that I needed? I needed the employee business entity ID, this one, and also job title. I needed this one. So I'll delete everything else. Click OK. See, now it's only going to pull the information that I have used in this custom SQL query. And the logic will be the same as what I used earlier. I can put a where clause, I can do unions, all those things in this custom SQL. It's just like building a query. Okay. I can also insert a parameter. We'll discuss this when we're discussing parameters. Awesome. So now when I go there, I have only these two columns. Now this one, measure names, measure values, and number of records, and sometimes latitude and longitude are generated by Tableau automatically. Awesome. Let me connect to Excel again. Connecting to Excel. I'm going to connect to 9.3 ANUS samples. Here I'm going to connect to orders. Under orders, I have a worksheet. I'm going here. So these are all the columns or fields present or coming through the data source. See here, latitude, longitude, number of records, measure values, and measure names. These are auto-generated by Tableau. Perfect. So the next thing is, say I need to see country information, okay? And then I would like to see state. Oops, sorry. No, I'll do this only. So these are all the states possible. Now instead of states, what I'll do, I'll try to, you know, use postal code, okay? So in United States, we have these states. Under each state, we have these postal codes. Now this is like a hierarchy, right? So we're discussing this point, creating hierarchies, add members to hierarchies, and removing hierarchies. So here I have sales values. Text. So what if a user comes and wants to see information at a different hierarchy level? That means he wants to see what is the total for country. That means what is the total for this one. And then we have a state. So he basically wants to see the total for state, total for country. He doesn't want to, like scroll through these 1,000 listings here. If someone needs it, then he should be able to see it. Okay. So for that, what we'll do is we'll create a hierarchy. So create, hierarchy, create hierarchy. So I just created this hierarchy. Now see what happens, like I can collapse this. I can even put postal code into that. Okay. Now for the whole country, it's $2.29 million. That's the total sales. But if someone wants to dig deeper, per state, these are my totals. If they want to dig deeper, more than that, I can click like this. So each postal code has this information. Okay. So this is how we create hierarchies. Simple, right? Select whatever columns you want, right click, under hierarchy, you'll have that option. So for example, let's create a hierarchy for category and subcategory. Okay, right click, hierarchy. You can either add to an existing hierarchy or create a new hierarchy. I just created this category subcategory hierarchy. I'm going to place this here. So now whenever a user, remember, not a developer, a user. Whenever I say user, that means I'm talking about the end user or client. Okay, they can simply select this plus icon so that they can see more options under it. They might not be able to see these icons, but here they can see these icons. Okay, so that's the use of creating hierarchies. And also a developer is also able to understand these things clearly, what goes under what, which field is under which field clearly. Okay, now let's talk about adding hierarchies and removing hierarchies. So adding to hierarchies, till now we added hierarchies. So basically we created these two hierarchies. See the symbol next to this, like a hierarchy, right? One dropping into two things here. That means these two things are under this one big thing. So now let's try to add a field to an existing hierarchy. So what we can do, select this, drag and drop it here. Now country, region, state, postal code. Now let me expand this country. See, now region is here. Okay. What happens if I don't put region here? I've removed the region simply by selecting and dragging it and dropping it outside. Now once I click on this plus icon next to the country, now it's going to display state. Okay. I can also change the hierarchy order from selecting and editing it like this. So now this is not there. Okay. Each state. Now if I expand on state, now my country is being shown. I can set it however I want it. Now if I expand, I can see only postal code. Okay, that's my whole. Expand, not expand, expand, not expand. Okay, now we have also seen remove from hierarchy, right? Remove from hierarchy, or you can delete the whole hierarchy by right click and remove hierarchy. Now you see I cannot expand here. I'm missing that plus icon. Okay, that's my creating hierarchies and adding members to hierarchies and removing hierarchies. Is everyone clear on what is the use case of hierarchies? And when would you basically want to have it? Everyone? Yes, perfect. Okay, then the next one we're going to discuss is different sort options in Tableau. We will see sorting at X and Y axis fields when we are going to discuss charts. Okay. So what are we
Shiva,
discussing?
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
I have a question. So can you go back to the data source? What is the option to get the SQL?
custom SQL.
Yeah, I mean the SQL generated.
Oh, okay. So from data, you have to click on convert to custom SQL. Any
Oh,
SQL based, this will be highlighted. Okay.
okay. But for this one, for access Excel or something, so how will I see the query?
For Excel or something, you can use something called a legacy connection. So I selected this. Now don't double click or don't click on open. Under this arrow, click on that and click on open with legacy connections. Wait for it. You see, there's new custom SQL option built here. Okay.
Okay. But how
That's
will
fine.
I see the sequence? Suppose if you pull orders to the right hand side,
Yes.
so how did you get this I mean this one, this window?
Data convert to custom SQL.
No, no, no. This is for SQL, right? Connecting to SQL, or this is for XLS?
This is Excel. See sample superstore.xls.
Okay, okay,
I used legacy connection here.
okay, okay. Got it, got it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions, guys? So we're going to see sort options now. Okay. Awesome. Sheet 1. So let's see what are the different sort options. So say you want to sort these. Okay. Let me put some state here. Okay. Now say you want to sort these basically. Let me get a total out of this. Analysis, totals, show row grand totals. So these are my row grand totals. Whenever I click on this, decreasing by sales. So basically I'm sorting it out of these values. I needed in decreasing order, so I clicked here. Sort state descending by sales. Okay. Now this is ascending. Ascending. So I can also do it by clicking here. This is descending, ascending, data source order. These are the three options mainly. Okay. We can also sort it out from these individual columns. Now I just sorted only based on furniture. I don't care about my total. If for example, if you see here, there's 70,000 for Virginia, but 78,000 for Ohio. So it's neither decreasing. Again, the values here are low. So it's not decreasing or increasing here. Basically, I sorted out this column in increasing order. Decreasing order, data source order. I can also do it individually. Okay, those are my different options for sorting. So the next thing, let's talk about. So we have seen sorting this way, right? You can also sort it here. So for this particular state, it should be. So if you do it for this particular state, it's everything else should have the same order. Now this is increasing order. Data source. Decreasing, increasing data source. Okay. These are my data source option. We can also do by clicking on, say, country. Wait. Oops, sorry. The small arrow here, down, sort, ascending or descending, data source order, alphabetic. So these are sort orders, okay? Only two ways to sort, ascending or descending. And sort by basically is going to explain you how you want to sort them. Data source order is the default order. Alphabetic, I guess you're already aware. So alphabetic ascending means A comes before Z. And if it's descending, Z comes before A. And manual, you're already aware. So if you want to, like move them up and down, you can drag and drop it, or you can click use up and down buttons. The final option is by field. So now when I selected field, I'm going to sort each state based on my sum of sales for that state. Okay. When I click apply, so sum of sales, that means the grand total only, right? I just sorted each state in increasing order by sum of sales. Here I can also sort them by, say, profit. Click apply, click OK. Now I guess you don't know the profit. Now let's see the profit. Okay. I said increasing order in profit. So the one below here is the profit. Okay. Or let me do it like this. I'll remove category from here for the moment. So my sales, sorry, my profit is here, my sales is here. So if you observe, this is in decreasing order. Sorry, this is an increasing order, my mistake. Okay. How did I sort it? Sort sum of profit. You can also select multiple aggregation levels here through medium, median, mean, max, average, variance, standard deviation, and so on. Any questions till now? In sorting options, what are the different options to sort? Everyone, is it clear? Anyone who did not understand? Are you guys there?
I'm good, Shiva.
Okay. Perfect. Two answers. Awesome. So let's see in the next one.
Sure.
What is grouping?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the previous screen, the graph? Yeah. See, if you consider here the state California and all for the first one, so it is increasing or decreasing order?
I just sorted it in increasing order of sales.
Oh, okay, not profit. Okay.
No.
Okay.
This decreasing of sales, this is the default order. Okay, awesome. Next option is what is grouping, how to create a group in a report, and how to ungroup. How to add other members to existing groups and how to verify the groups for dimensions pane. Awesome. Now, groups are mainly created for the end user purpose. End user means the client. So once you give this dashboard, so imagine you gave this dashboard, okay, and say he is the owner for he's the director of California, and he wants to compare California's sales and profit with other states. Okay, now what I can do, so let's see, I selected this one till here. This is the group members icon. Select this group members. I was able to group all those states into this one big thing. If I need, I can also make them click here. Okay, drag and drop them also. Click on group. If I need, I can also group it like this. Okay, to ungroup, we can click on this action and everything is ungrouped here. You can select them, whatever states you want to select. Say I need to select all those states other than California. Okay, use Control and Shift buttons to select whatever is needed. Hover on those selections, then you'll see this small menu. Here, click on this icon, group members. That's all. You just grouped your whole view into these things. And what is the use of this? So if, say, for the director of California wants to compare with each, sorry, the sum of all the states, not just with each state, because our earlier view was basically with each state, and he doesn't want that. He wants to compare California with all other states. Okay, so this is mainly for the end user purposes. Select, click this icon. You can ungroup them also. So for example, I just created a group. Now to ungroup, click on this icon. Okay, also we can create a group as a developer. You can do that by right clicking. So say state. Okay, right click, create group. So whatever states I need to select. Okay, for example, say I need these 4 states in one group. So group 1 means these 4 states. Now say these 4 belongs to group 2. So I can create these manually. So let's say everything else is another group. Okay, click OK. Now state group 1 was the definition that I created. Now instead of state group, what I'll do, I'll replace it, drag and drop. So you see group 1, group 2, group 3. End user can also exclude them or like ungroup them. Click on ungroup.
Yeah.
And I just ungroup them.
Shiva, I have a question here. So once if you group and if you are doing ungroup, it will, let's say if you have a group 1 and you want to add another state in the group
1. Okay.
So we have to ungroup and then we have to create a new group.
As a developer, you don't need to, but as an end user, you have to. If it's a developer, okay, then what I can do, I can edit the definition of the group, edit group, and here I can go. So for example, from group 3, say I need to put these 5 states from here to here. I can select and drag and drop them. Okay, that's all. So now let me click on apply. See the value here. Okay, it increased, right? How? Basically because I changed the group settings. Edit group. So say from here you need to remove this. You can either select this, drag and drop it out, or you can put it here into that particular group. Florida is added to group 1. I don't want it, and drag and drop it out of the group. Drag and drop it out of the group. Indiana is in group 3. If I need this to be ungrouped, click on ungroup. One moment. Say Colorado, okay? Click on ungroup, it's going to go out of the group. If I want to put this back in, select and drag and drop it. If I need to disband it, completely clicking on ungroup would remove everything. If I click on rename, I can rename that group. If I need to ungroup, click ungroup. That's all. You want to group them? If you think new entries are going to come in the future, you can include another tab. Basically, anything other than that will go into this other group. Okay. You can also add them to different groups by selecting here and clicking on add. Say if you want to move Indiana to group 2, click on group 2. Now Indiana is moved to group 2. Click on OK. The definition is changed. Okay. Awesome. Any questions on grouping and what is the use of a group? Why would you use it? Perfect. The next topic then we'll see is creating sets with different options. Report result page, combine option, dynamic set. We'll see all these in a moment. So basically, let's see what a set is. Set is just like a group, but there is a little change in the definition. So see, now let's say you want to compare sales of top 10 states with all the other states. Okay, you don't want to ungroup them. You don't want to put your view like this and ask them to select top 10 states and then click on group, all those things. Your user will not like it. If he asks for top 10 views, he wants top 10 only. Top 10 versus non-top 10, he wants that view particularly. So your definition of group should change dynamically. But if you observe here, the group definition, edit group, that option is not there. Select only top 10, those options are not there. So the other alternative for that is creating a set. Create set. You can also do it here. So whenever you click here, you see here, there is a set option, create set. End user can do this. We can also do that. Set. Now this is the definition of the set. Let's explore all the fields here. Here the user can select from the list. So he can select whatever states he wants, just like a group, or he can do it from a custom value list. So for example, those that starts with the IL, Illinois is there. I can select this. I want to select this. I click that. So selected one value. Because the reason we do this custom value list is because sometimes the number of entries can go up to 1,000,000 values, and searching through those 1,000,000 values can be hard. So if you have the extra exact string, you can click here, search for that string, and you can select whatever is required. Okay. Select from the list. So let me select few more states. Like this. So I selected 5, select right? 5 of 49 values. These are the 5 things that I selected. If I want to remove from here, click on remove. This is also helpful to remove your listing. So for example, say you have a million values and you want to remove one particular value out of that. Okay, or say 10, you want to remove 5 values, you only want to keep 2 values out of that. So you can go here, you can simply delete whatever is selected and it will be easy for you to do, or use all of them. You don't care which state is included, which state is excluded. If you want to use all of them, you can click on all of them. Now I'll see the advantage or a scenario where we'll use this option. Use all. Select from list, custom value list, use all. So say I'm selecting all possible, all states right now. Then the next is condition and top. Let's discuss top for now. So top, none is selected by now. For now, this is the default view. By default, in top menu, none will be selected. But just now we discussed, I want top 10 by sum of sales. So sum of sales, right? So by field. By what field? Sales field. Sales field, top 10 by sum of sales. So whenever I click OK, the set 1 is going to be created. Click OK. Sets are placed at the bottom. Now see what happens when I put state here. One moment. Okay. So these are all the states. And in this view, you can see top 10 states by sales has 1.588 million in sales. And those that are not in top 10 has 7.708K sales. Okay. This is the advantage of creating a set. If you want, what you can do, if you want to see those in and out, particularly which states those are, you can select and drag and drop here. So inside the set, that means inside top 10 or inside any definition that you give, these states satisfy that condition or definition. And these states does not satisfy that condition. Okay. Satisfies, not satisfies. Perfect. You want to remove state, drag and drop out of it. Next thing, we'll see more options in set creation. Edit set. So just now we have seen top 10 by sum of sales. We can also write a formula, something like by formula top 10 by sum of sales square, or any custom formula, running total, all these things you can do it. Average, like general formula, anything that you create by yourself, you can do it here. That's my top condition. And the next one is condition tab. Here I can place a condition, something like by field. So here I'm saying by count of categories or count distinct of categories. So the number of distinct categories should be greater than set 2. So that means those states that satisfy this condition will be put in the in category. Those states that does not satisfy this condition will be put out. So for example, if I want to put something like sales is greater than say $100,000, I can do it like this. If I want to find the range of values for this sum, click on load. So this is the minimum and this is the maximum for states. Okay. Or I can write a formula here. So let's say in this one, I have selected all of them and I have given one condition. Sum of sales should be greater than $100,000. Click apply. Okay. Now set 1 definition is changed. If you want to see the list of states, see right now the total sales for those states inside your country are 1.19. As earlier it was 1.58. Let's see that. I just wanted to go back. So when I went back, my sales was 1.588 million. but because I changed the set definition, now my sale is $1.193 million. So in this way, even if you want to see the states, put it here. So here you can see all the states that satisfy this condition. So let's see. Let's sort out on sales values. So it's already sorted right now. So this, I'm saying this one will have less than $100,000 and this one will have more than $100,000. However here, so see, sales is 116,512. That means it's more than $100,000. Here it's 89,000. Means it's less than $100,000. So it satisfied my condition. I can even set multiple options here. So something like I can set a condition where sum of sales should be greater than 100 and say top 10 states by profit. Sum of profit, click apply. Now what happens if you go to general tab? Now these are the conditions that's applied. Conditions, sum of sales should be greater than $100,000 and profit should be in the top 10. So now let's click on apply, click OK. Now these states satisfy those conditions. Okay, that's how we do it. Top 10 by sum of profit and sum of sales greater than $100,000. If I remove this like this, okay, awesome. Say edit set. And I clicked on $50,000. So I'm saying these are the sales for this $50,000 and this is the sales for those out of that condition. Okay, any questions for now? Okay, can you show one example? So Sunil has asked, can you show one example with formula in top condition, in top option? So something here.
Yes, Shiva.
Yeah. I haven't used this. Sum of sales. So let's say top 2 by sum of sales. Top 2 by sum of sales. Click on OK. So now let's see the states. So these are the two states by sum of sales. Let me sort it. Okay. Sum of sales. Those are the top 2. Let me remove the condition if you want. That's the same because these are the only top 2. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Shiva,
Creating sets. Yeah.
we'll be having only one condition on field. Can't we have more conditions in like
Here
yeah.
you can create a formula also here, but you give condition on only one, but that can be a complex condition.
Okay, if we want to customize it by formula, we have to multiple.
Yes. Sum of sales should be greater than 100,000. We can place an and use say count of categories greater than 2 and so on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's basically a where clause. Okay.
Shiva, in real time, we'll use more formulas or the conditions. I mean,
Top we'll use mostly. We don't use formula a lot. We don't use condition a lot. We'll use this one a lot.
okay,
And
top
in
by
this,
field or
most
top
of the
by
times
formula?
by field. What we do is basically we write this formula, whatever custom formula in a calculated field. This way we can manage it easily, right? So for example, say there are 3 places where you, sorry, basically, let's take this formula only. Okay, let's say this one is top 2 by sum of sales. Okay, now what if it was something like this? Okay, now it's very hard to troubleshoot and we don't know um, basically where we are getting, why are we only seeing these two values. But had we created it as a calculated field, so here I am saying top 2 by quantity of sales, right? So instead of it over there, what I'll do, right click, create calculated field and quantity of sales, and here I'm going to give sales sort option, something like this, where I can easily understand. So now I don't need to edit this definition anymore. I can simply understand it from these calculated values. Right click here. Now to sort it, instead of selecting it here, what I'll do, top 2 by, here I'll select sales sort option, top 2 by sales sort option, apply. So this way, if I need to edit this definition, so let's say sum of profit. So it's easy for me to edit it here. Sorry, these two were the highest profitable stick. Okay, these two right now. I just edited this definition. Okay, so that's why you can see these two. Clear? Can even sort them based on sales sort option. This way I don't need to, do the same thing multiple times. Clear, guys? And also one small thing. So had I not created this calculated field, I wouldn't have been able to, like manually sort it. I should have been manually sorted it. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm assuming you understood that. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, we'll close the session for today.
Shiva, yeah, Shiva, which one do you prefer, creating a calculation field or creating a set?
Those two are different things. So we can use a calculated field in a set, or we can use a set in a calculated field. Okay, so let's say, I think I understood your question. Basically, in a set, do you directly use the field and condition option, or do you create a calculated field? Is that your question?
Yeah, correct.
So basically, yeah. So what I do most of the times, and what's preferable, is that, see, everything comes back to your performance and your UI, right?
Yeah.
So how to improve your performance? So it's always better to make your calculations as simple as possible. Okay. So I would say top 2 by, say, sum of sales. This is preferable. But if you think you can do trouble, like you don't need to give priority to performance a lot, because say right now I'm connecting to Excel file and there's not a lot of UI. So you should give priority to troubleshooting. What's the next important thing that you have? So based on these priority levels, if you don't have any problem on performance, then you can create this new calculated field. Okay. But if you're giving importance to the performance, it's always better to keep your calculations as simple as possible. But one thing you have to remember is, say you are using, so right now you created this top 2 by sum of sales, right? Oh, sorry, negative of sum of profit we did, right? So if we are going to use this, say in sorting, say in not just sorting it here, but somewhere else also, like a filter, all those things, then it's always better to create one common field. Okay. So if you're going to use it multiple times, create a calculated field and use that calculated field everywhere. This way, you're basically making one computation. Understood?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
I
Any
mean,
other questions?
I mean, you said use all, right? Use all option. So are you going to let us know in the next coming sessions, or is it already completed?
I just showed you use all, right? So let's say edit set.
Yeah. So
So,
if that is the case, instead of use all, I can go with the select all, select from list all option.
so the problem with this is select all from this option is, say a new state came into picture. That will not be selected in this.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the reason we go with use all. Okay,
Okay.
awesome, guys. I'm closing the session for today, but one small thing, remember, please be prepared for the next class on basics of joins and unions. Don't worry if you don't understand, like go through the basics, we'll discuss it. Okay? Awesome. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, Shiva.
Thank you, Shiva.